Farmsteadhers podcast. This is Donna with Hazelbell Farm, here with my friend Jenny.
Hello.
With the Gramstead Family Farm, and we're here to talk farming like a girl.
That's right.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day. Every day. So, what's up? What's been happening with your farm?
Well, we had our chicken butcher class.
Yes. It was so good.
Yes, that was so good. That was a lot of fun. I've gotten messages from a few of the people that came that they were just really excited about it still, and they really had a good time and learned a lot. So
I love it.
Yeah.
It made my heart so happy to see those people smiling, holding up their cleaned chicken.
Yes. So that worked out really well. So we are looking forward to doing another one.
Yeah.
And I know you want to do one.
Yeah.
So we're just looking forward to that. I mean, even Tori was like, yeah, every time we raise a batch of chickens, we should always do a class with it.
Why not?
Right. Why not?
Yeah.
Keep it small and keep it simple, and, have a small group of people over, and, which kind of almost fits into our topic today, talking about preservation. That is preservation of knowledge and skills that we were able to pass on. So that's super cool, because that's kind of really what people need these days.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard recently from a couple people that the shelves for chicken were bare.
Yeah,
at the grocery store.
I caught the same. I've gotten a couple of messages here lately.
Yeah.
One person asking, did we have any chicken for sale? And because she couldn't find any at the grocery store.
Yeah.
And that's one of those things that we take for granted, I think, you and I, because we don't shop for chicken.
Right. I mean, I'm never looking down the meat aisle at the grocery store.
No. Every now and then there's something different that we want that we don't have put away, but it's pretty rare. Mm-hmm. And so I've had to I'll go through every maybe 6 months just to kind of price things out and see what's the market doing right now in our area, to kind of give us an idea of how we should be pricing as well. And but yeah, I haven't.
Right. I don't actually walk the grocery store aisles.
Right.
I'm very spoiled. I use Instacart, and again, talking about preservation, that's preservation of my time.
Right.
I mean, if I don't have to spend those 2 hours a week going grocery shopping, I guarantee you during those 2 hours that somebody else is doing that shopping for me, I'm outside doing something that needs to be done in the garden or with an animal or whatever. So, not walking the aisles of the grocery store.
Yeah. Well, and it keeps you from impulse buying too, so it preserves your money. It preserves your sanity.
And my diesel.
And your diesel, that's right. That's right, yeah.
So for me, it's worth the extra money.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm kind of out of touch with what's in stock at the grocery store, because I just don't see it. So.
Right. I love to hear about the you're getting the messages, the people are excited. I've kind of been on a high with that lately, with just the excitement of people taking charge of their food supply that way and wanting to learn. And I'm getting a lot of messages about canning classes. And but I recently posted a video on my YouTube channel about making mozzarella cheese, and I've had 3 different people text me or message me pictures of their mozzarella cheese.
Yes, I saw one of your friends posted a picture of her mozzarella cheese, and I thought that was just amazing.
Yes. It really makes my heart so happy.
Yes, because that's the goal.
That is the goal.
That's the whole reason why we're here doing this podcast.
Yes.
We want y'all to know that it's not that hard.
You can do it. You can do it. Yeah, so it's made me so happy.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, so on that preservation note, we're going to talk preservation today. When it comes to preservation and the homestead or the farmstead or whatever you want to call it, we are talking in a kind of general, a big picture, right? A generalization of not just preserving food.
Yeah, I think originally the idea started with just talking about food preservation because that's kind of the mode that we're both in right now.
Right. That's the season we're in.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like you asked me what was going on my farm. I'm like, what's going on my farm? I haven't really been outside much because I've been inside preserving stuff.
Yeah.
So did more green beans and carrots and mushrooms and onions and green beans. And
my canner ran nonstop for about 2 weeks. And then this week I kind of had to step aside and get some other things done. Right. So I haven't really been doing as much this week. I did put up a bunch of zucchini and squash. I like vacuum sealed and put in the freezer.
Nice. That'll be good to have later down the road.
Yeah. So, I mean, definitely still preserving food, but,
so yeah, it started with the idea of food preservation, this whole talk, but really when I started thinking about it, like really preservation just in a general sense is just kind of the mindset of the homesteader or the farmsteader. It's kind of like you're in preservation mode across the board, if you think about it, really. It's not just food that we're preserving. It's
really, it to me, it's like, and the way we're coming at it today, this perspective is to not waste anything, to not be wasteful.
Yeah.
So like when we're talking preserving food, that's because we want to eat those things in the off season. You know, I want green beans in February.
Right.
I want tomatoes in January, you know.
Right.
So I'm not going to eat up all the tomatoes that I grow in July. I need to preserve them. Well, how else can we apply that to the homestead? So how about what you feed your animals? Let's start there.
Yeah, I know that with the cost of hay specifically, we are definitely changing how we're feeding a little bit more. I mean, before I used to just put out a round bale and let them have at it. Mm-hmm. And now I've just been hand feeding hay. You know?
Yeah, and if you're not familiar with feeding hay to livestock, especially cows, they are so wasteful. They waste like 30% of what you put out, and they manure it, they lay in it, and once they lay in it, they won't eat it.
No, they're done. They're not going to touch it at that point.
Right.
So,
to some extent, that's okay if you're trying to build pasture. You're dropping organic matter. Hay is included in that. Mm-hmm. But as far as I've got to feed them, and the cost, like we talked about before, is like double what it was just a few months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely hand feeding my hay to preserve some of that hay. And two, I like to hand feed it because I hand feed it in different areas so it doesn't get all piled up in one area and create a bare spot in the pasture. So that's been kind of a second-hand bonus of it.
Yeah, I like that. We like to soak feed and ferment it.
Yes.
So
we do that with our pigs all the time. That's been an all the time thing that we've done for them, and kind of off and on with chickens. But I should probably implement that again.
Yeah, I get out of the habit. Yeah. Like I get off track somewhere along the line and then I don't get back into it.
Yeah.
So I need to get back into it for an everyday too, because you kind of get like in a rotation.
Yeah, you do. I mean, like pigs, like we pretty much always have pigs, so I'm pretty much always soaking feed for them. That's like part of my habit. It's part of my routine. But like with meat chickens, you kind of get out of that routine because I don't always have meat chickens.
Right.
So if I don't get back into the habit, it doesn't get done.
Right. Yeah, and I find that when I ferment chicken feed for 24 hours, it goes like twice as far.
Yeah.
Especially if I use whey or milk.
Okay.
Raw milk. If I even just a little bit, even just a splash of milk, and then the rest water, a splash of apple cider vinegar. It lasts twice as long.
Nice.
I'm not going to say it lasts twice as long. I use half as much, and I get the same grow out. I get the same amount of eggs out of my layers.
Yeah.
My money goes twice as far.
Yeah. Yeah, I calculated it one time with our pigs, and with me soaking their feed, it saved 30%.
Nice.
Yep.
Perfect.
So that is totally worth it. If you can preserve 30% of your feed.
Right.
I mean, that's just a no-brainer.
That every third bag is free.
Right. Like,
right?
We need to be doing this.
Yes.
For real right now because it's getting so expensive.
Right.
Yeah, and I'm really we've got some good grass and I'm out of hay right now. And I'm like, do I really want to go buy another round bale? But my cows sure are a lot happier with that hay.
Yeah.
Versus just the grass and just the protein cubes. So,
Right.
But since I've been feeding hay, I've been feeding a little less protein cubes, so that works out too.
Right. It does.
Yeah.
It does. And it's better on them. It's better for them.
They're happier that way.
Yeah. Well,
and really, and while we're talking about animals, you can talk, preservation of animals that you butcher.
right. Like so-called byproducts.
Yeah, those byproducts that you get from sending an animal off to the butcher, like the bones and.
They always ask, do you want the tongue, heart, and liver?
Yep. Yep. And a lot of the times I'll get that stuff, and sometimes it stays in my freezer and just lives there for years.
And I'm like, I better make something with this.
Or sometimes I'm really good and actually cut it up and make dog treats with it.
Right.
The dogs love the little frozen chicken livers. They love that. And I mean, I don't really enjoy eating liver.
Right. I don't either.
Tori does, and some of his guy friends, they like the whole liver and onion thing. My
Yeah.
dad will do the liver and onion thing, but
Yeah.
I just don't, and I don't really want to cook it.
Yeah, we don't in our house, but I will, none of my guys listen to this, but I will hide it sometimes in some ground meat somehow.
Yeah.
Or in a soup with meat in it somehow.
That's a great idea.
Yeah, I have dehydrated it before, and I think I'm going to do that again, and then powdered it.
Yeah.
And just add a scoop here and there to whatever, to a soup, to a
Yeah.
smoothie. They have no idea. I used to
Yeah.
put it in my kids' smoothies.
So when you dehydrate the liver, do you do that inside your house? Does it smell?
No.
Okay. That's been kind of my holdup. I keep on saying that I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
For that same reason, but then also to use it as like a side dress in the garden, as like a fertilizer.
Right.
The powdered liver.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Basically adding blood meal.
Yeah, I did that actually on this note. Yesterday, I butchered chickens for somebody else for the first time. Still trying to figure out if that was worth my time and money, the money I made off of it. But so I had a whole bunch of blood.
Yeah.
And, like we always say, no, don't throw that away.
Yeah.
No,
No,
I'm
you
using
can
that.
use it.
So I made an announcement at the beginning to my husband, like, hey, I'm using that in the garden. He's like, whatever. And I did. I went through and I didn't even normally I took a whole 5-gallon bucket. I normally would have poured that over 3 buckets
Right.
and then filled them up with water. I didn't. I just did the one. I just used less in each bed.
Yeah.
We got a little bit of rain here last night, not much. But I walked out this morning and it was already everything looked amazing.
The garden really, really appreciates that blood water.
Yeah.
It loves it. I just did mine too, because after the chicken butcher class,
Yeah.
I ended up with 2 5-gallon buckets, of diluted chicken blood.
Right.
And that area in my garden that was doing so awful, that had carrots and onions in it, I pulled all that, went ahead and poured all of those rows with the diluted chicken blood. And then the carrots that I pulled, I cut the tops off and mulched the top of the beds with those.
Perfect.
Yeah, it made great little, I wish I had more of it. It made great, just something to chop and drop.
Yeah, that's good.
Over the blood meal. So,
So it's really
The next day-
it gives everything a new life. So
Yeah.
those carrot tops, you don't trash those. You use those
No.
somehow. You feed them to an animal or you
Right.
compost, or I like the mulch idea.
yeah, it's a way of preserving that product instead of just throwing it away.
Yeah.
Why aren't we doing this?
Yeah, you were going to say something else.
But the next day, I cover cropped those rows. The most pea seeds that I had was black-eyed peas, so that was the winner. And so I'm gonna let that just be. I seeded it pretty heavy, and I'm just gonna let that be. And hopefully, that will be my spot for my broccoli and cauliflower and stuff like that in the winter.
Nice.
So, in doing all those things, that's preserving the soil,
Right.
building
the soil.
building the
Yeah.
soil, no-till gardening.
Right.
It's preserving the structure of the soil
Yeah.
and not letting it get totally demolished
Right. Yeah.
by breaking it up. So, There's so many different preservation things that we can talk.
It's really a matter of like, before you throw it away, ask yourself, how can I use this?
Yes.
Right?
How can I use it up until it's totally gone?
Right. Eggshells.
Yeah.
Coffee grounds.
Yep.
There are times like when we have pigs and chickens and cows. And we have kitchen scraps, and it's like, oh, wait, who's going to get what? Yeah, well, the cows really like the carrot top, so they can have that. And like you have to divide it all up, figure out who can have a little bit of everything, and
who's
then some can go to the garden. And I always like the idea of like when we have say carrot tops, like let's turn that into steak. You know, or like the chickens turn sunshine into eggs, you know, like they eat the grass, and
pigs turn vegetables into bacon.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't go wrong there.
No, you can't go wrong there. They turn like total garbage into bacon.
I know.
Yeah.
They've got like superpowers.
They do. They do. Bacon superpowers. Yeah, so using all those extra things before you throw it away. Livers, gizzards with the chickens, blood, feet, making it dog food. Feet, or make great stock.
Yeah, making broth or again dog treats.
Using every bit.
Using every bit of it. The feathers, they usually get buried over by my mulberry tree.
Which is like the most overproducing, amazing mulberry tree I've ever seen in my life. It's ridiculous.
I know, it is ridiculous, and it's an amazing tree. It's the only amazing tree that I've ever planted. Every other tree that I've ever planted.
It loves your chicken feathers, I can say that.
Yeah.
It must.
Yeah.
So we're talking about like if you're cleaning out the fridge and you have all these leftovers to throw out to the animals. But before you get to that point, because yes, that's going to be like your final, don't throw it away. We're on a kick to really use up our leftovers. So, which I've said before, I'm a fan of a lot of work up front so that I can coast in that department later when I'm busy working on something else. So if I'm making a big dinner, I like to double it and put half of it in the freezer. Or know that we're going to eat leftovers in 2 nights because we have a baseball game or whatever. But besides that, like if I don't have a plan for that, just using up leftover chicken, like making it into chicken salad for sandwiches the next day, or making it into a soup the next day.
Yes, using the bones to make bone broth.
Yes.
I mean, I've been making a lot of bone broth lately, and now that I've gotten on a roll with it, every time we're out, I'm like, I need to make more bone broth. It's like it has become a staple in my refrigerator now, and it's just so good.
And it's so convenient.
It is so convenient, and it's so easy to make. I've just been doing mine in the crock pot. I'll roast my bones, put some olive oil on them, roast them in the oven, and then they go right into the crock pot for 2 days.
Yeah.
I'll put a splash of apple cider vinegar in there, and then whatever seasonings I want, or if I have veggie scraps, I don't always do that. Sometimes it's just bones.
I keep a gallon-sized Ziploc bag in my kitchen freezer of veggie scraps, and so it has celery tops, it has onion peels, garlic peels, and I just throw all that stuff, carrot ends, whatever I've chopped off of stuff, especially those flavorful things like carrots and celery and onions and stuff like that. I keep that in my freezer, and when I'm going to make stock, I just throw it in. Add some salt. Good to go.
That's right.
Yep.
So, I know that you've been in the kitchen canning a lot. What have you been canning?
I have been canning green beans, mushrooms and onions, which is
together.
Yeah, which I haven't opened any of them yet, but I think it's going to turn out really nicely.
Yeah, I haven't opened an actual jar that I did of those. I just had some leftover that were in a jar that didn't actually get processed. They just got put in the fridge.
Same thing.
So I haven't cracked like one of the processed ones.
Yeah,
but they look amazing.
Man, it sure smelled good.
That mushroom broth was ridiculous.
It's so good.
That day that I made those, I ate mushrooms right out of the jar and drank the broth, and that was my lunch.
Yeah, it's good. And like there's
good.
no salt, no seasonings, just mushrooms.
I did salt.
I mean,
I'm a real, I was going to say I'm a salty person.
No, you're not. Only when provoked.
Right, only when provoked. I love salt though.
Yeah,
on
I
my
do too.
food. I'm a little heavy on the salt. So anything I can gets at least a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of salt.
Yeah.
Always.
What else? Carrots, apple pie filling. I have all the canning happening until this week. I've taken a break, like I said.
Yeah, I think I'm at a point now where I'm going to have a little lull. Normally I would be canning some tomatoes, but I don't have enough to can.
Right. I'd be pickling okra and cucumbers.
Yeah, making pickles. And making pickles is super easy. Like, I mean, a lot of people might not have a pressure canner, but I guarantee you that most people probably have in their kitchen everything that they need to water bath can.
Oh, yeah, because you can do that in any big pot.
You can do that in any big pot. Like, whatever pot you use to boil your spaghetti noodles in, like, that can be a water bath canner.
Right.
Outside of that, you just need your product in your jars.
Yep. That's simple enough to do.
It is simple enough to do. So, you can or you can get into making like refrigerator pickles. Those are fun. I really enjoy making refrigerator pickles.
Yeah, you mentioned to me, you gave me the idea a couple weeks ago that you did that with some patty pan squash before. And I have so many squash coming out of the garden right now. I think I'm going to do that. Make some.
Yep. Slice it up into chips, just like pickles.
Yeah.
And you're just making your pickle brine. I mean.
Yeah, I think Eric would like that. He's been on a pickle kick. Like, I'm buying multiple jars of pickles at a time. And they're gone so fast.
Yeah. I want to say one time I made a squash pickled recipe that was really heavy on the lemon. And that was really good with the pickled squash.
That sounds good. That sounds real good.
It was yummy. Pickling, fermenting. Yes.
So fermenting is something that was at the top of my list last year. I set not like New Year's resolution type goals, but at the beginning of the year, I do kind of like assess where the farm is and where it's going. And this is before we knew we were going to move, but that was one of the top things on my list was to really nail down fermentation last year. I did better at it. I did more, but not where I want to be.
Yeah. I've done a couple of things, but definitely not where I want to be with fermenting. I really want a set of weights, which I don't have.
No, I've been just kind of like winging it.
Yeah, I've been taking, instead of using a weight, you can take like a Ziploc bag and pack it into the top of your jar and fill that up with water.
Yeah, I've done that some.
I've done that, but it would be really nice to have like a nice set of weights.
Like the actual product made for that purpose. It might make the job easier.
It might.
The right tools for the job. Yeah, fermentation is something I want to work on. Last year I made some amazing ginger, ginger something carrots.
Ooh.
So I did them in like carrot sticks that we could just pick like to snack on. And then I did some of the same flavoring. I made like a slaw with the carrots.
Nice.
Ginger lemon? I can't remember. I'll have to look back at my stuff, at my notes, my books. But really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, this past week when I canned some of my carrots, I did them in real skinny carrot sticks like that. And that was the first time I had ever cut them like that to can them. So hopefully I cut them small enough, They were all like finger size, I guess.
But you pressure canned them, right?
I did. I pressure canned them. Yeah.
So they'll be soft.
Ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see how those turn out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely want to get into fermenting more. It's a great way to preserve stuff without refrigeration.
Yeah. Dehydrating is another a great way to get some shelf stable food. Most ovens now, oven range sets have a dehydration setting on them now.
Okay.
They're made, I don't know, after a certain date. The modern ovens have a dehydration setting.
I'm curious what temperature that is.
I think mine is, I want to say it's 150.
Okay.
So
Nice and low.
nice and low, not low enough. Like if you want to preserve the medicinal properties in your herbs, that you want like really low. But so I use a dehydrator for that.
Yeah.
But like, and my husband keeps using the dehydrator for my husband, like you don't know who he is. Eric keeps using my dehydrator for jerky, and which is fine. Like it's not like he's using it up or anything like that. But I feel like it would do better in the oven, where I think it gets a little warmer than the dehydrator. And for the meat things, you would want it a little warmer, like 165. I want to say.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's coming out good.
Okay.
It's good flavor. It's not going bad. Nobody's getting sick. So, I mean, I don't have a problem with it. I just felt like it would be more efficient to use the oven.
Right.
But, yeah. What else are we dehydrating lately?
When we first got our dehydrator, like the first thing we ever dehydrated, and I don't even know how this happened. Maybe we just had a can in the pantry and I went in there and went, oh.
Let's try that.
Pineapple rings.
Oh.
Like the circular pineapple rings that you buy in the can from the grocery store.
Yeah.
We dehydrated those and they turned out amazing.
Like candy, I bet.
Yeah, it was like pineapple gummy bears or something. It was really good.
That sounds good.
Yeah. That was really, really good. I don't know how well they would store.
Right. Oh, I was wondering, like,
because they have so much moisture in them to begin with. So,
still, yeah.
It was a yummy snack, though. All the kids liked it.
Yum.
Yeah.
There was something else we recently did that was fruit, and I can't remember what it was. But, anyways, you can dehydrate most anything.
Yeah, I mean, I've taken like excess hot peppers because we love hot sauce. And
that's how I do my pepper for cooking.
Right. I mean, just put them on the dehydrator and dehydrate them down, and then grind them up with them in a shaker.
Yep. Yeah. So you can get like a mortar pestle thing for grinding, or use a coffee grinder, or whatever. Easy.
Yes.
Simple.
Yeah. Very simple. Yeah. I mean, dehydration, super simple.
Yeah. And then jams and jellies. Back to canning.
Yeah, which is a water bath thing.
Right.
Fruit, is it all fruit that you can do water bath?
I believe so. I can't think of one that you need a pressure can. Well, pineapple, I think has to be, well, maybe not. Pineapple?
I mean,
it's high acid.
Yeah. I don't know.
And high sugar.
I mean, the way that my brain kind of thinks about it is if it's a vegetable, you pressure can it.
Yeah, I use a book. You can reference the Ball Blue book.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do like a whole episode on canning sometime.
Yeah.
Like all the tools needed and all the references we use and that kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, anytime I can anything, well, except for green beans, because I pretty much got that down. But anytime I'm canning anything that it's not something I do on a regular basis, I'm always looking it up,
Yep.
It's easy. We have the internet. It's efficient.
Right. You can ask Siri.
I do like to preserve that knowledge and those skills by buying good, tried and true books that you can have on your shelf because, what if you don't have power one day and you need to know how to can XYZ?
Right. Or write it down at least.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's smart to have those printed references for preservation because, talking about preserving knowledge and skills.
Right.
I mean, I really feel like there was almost like a whole entire generation that we almost lost that knowledge.
Or I would say more than a generation, 2, maybe 3 generations. Yeah.
I mean,
I'm reading this book, and it's about single women homesteaders, like back during the Homestead Act. So they went to settle their quarter section of land, 160 acres. They had to live there 7 months out of the year. They had to prove it up was what it is the phrase, prove it up. So that meant they had to build a structure. Depending on where the land was, they had to plant like so much grain crop or have timber crop or, that kind of thing. So they had to work the land.
Yeah.
They had to live on it, in the elements in it, and the structures were grass roofs or dugout type cabins where they dug out a hole out of the side of a hill and had a grass roof that the cow might step on, like it was insane.
Yeah.
And those women, those families then, like they had the knowledge, they had the skills. And if they like many of them came from the cities. And even then, this is like 120 years ago, even then the cities that they came from, they had already lost certain skills. Like they could sew and, they could cook and that kind of thing, but they couldn't work any land to grow wheat or corn or whatever, And so they had to learn that, and they had to learn how to yoke oxen, and they had to produce an income on this land. And so like I'm reading through this book going, man, alive. Like even the knowledge that we've been able to attain to get back, I don't know that we could do it.
Right. I mean, it might not be enough to cut it.
Yeah. I don't know that we could do it. I mean, I certainly don't think I could do it by myself. And a lot of these women were completely alone.
Wow.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That is crazy to think about.
And the thing about it was like, not only was it hard, but they had people who were looking to contest the legitimacy of their homestead because they wanted that tract of land.
Right.
And so like and all they had to do was come and make a claim that, she slept there one night too less to make it her 7 months. And so like there was no cheating it.
Wow.
There were people looking to kick you off the land. And so like I think about being able to do it alone, let alone, like I don't even know that Eric and I could do it.
Right.
I mean
160 acres.
Right. We're struggling on our 20, and like we have all the outside help that we could ask for, like we're making money off of the farm. We have community of friends. We have the internet. Like we have tools at our disposal.
A lumber store that we can go buy lumber from.
Exactly. So yeah, it was very,
Job
very different.
sites we can pull material from.
Look how far we've come to where we're having to go back and teach people how to butcher a chicken.
Right.
And I'm thankful that there are people who want to do it.
Yeah.
But there's also this whole sect of people who are like, why?
Why?
Why would you want to do that?
There were a couple of people that were almost a little offended that we had a chicken butcher class, and they were really having a hard time kind of wrapping their brain around that.
Yeah, we got a few comments.
But that's okay. I mean, I welcome the comments, because it kind of, it what they're doing is they're just opening a door of opportunity for us.
Yeah, to introduce dialogue.
Yeah. So, that's usually not a bad thing.
Yeah. So skills and knowledge. How to cook from scratch. We talked about that a lot last week. Sewing. Yeah. Being able to repair clothes. I don't know anybody who darns socks, but you can learn how to sew a button.
Yeah. So preservation of the things that you have to make them last longer, or preservation of family heirlooms that get passed down,
well, and being able to like reuse those things.
Yes.
As opposed to purchasing new all the time.
Yeah. To give them a new function, to give them a new purpose. Like I have this old hutch. It's like a old baker's cabinet, an antique. It's got the old flour sifter on it. Well, I mean, I didn't have room for it in my kitchen, and I don't really need a hutch with a built-in flour sifter, really. But I turned it into my computer desk, and it makes a lovely computer desk.
It's really cool.
So it was a good repurpose, a way to kind of preserve that piece and keep it useful.
And you didn't go buy something new.
I didn't.
Right.
I didn't. So
yeah, cast iron pans. All American pressure canners. Like some of these things are built to outlast us, to where our grands and great grands can use them.
Yeah. My mom has a bunch more like family heirloom type stuff up in their cabin in Maine, and they're up there right now. And I told her, I said, Mom, I mean, there's so much of that stuff up there. I don't know what half of it is or who it belonged to. I'm like, please write it down.
Yeah.
You know, just make a list and leave the list up there at the cabin of what's what.
Preserving the memory.
Preserving the memory.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because we can't preserve the time.
Right.
You know, but we can maybe try to preserve that memory. So hopefully, Mom, if you're listening, make that list.
Make it happen, Mom.
Because I want to know.
Yeah. We talked about preserving soil and no-till gardening. We talk about that all the time. That's just another example of preservation there.
Yeah, or rotational grazing. That is definitely a way of, you know, preserving the soil. And not letting your animals just completely run it down and trample it down. And
yeah, some of that is just about conservation.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, and not only with our livestock and that, but that goes into hunting and fishing and understanding, bag limits and the right slot sizes of keeping. And we're not shooting out the youngest and smallest, and we're not shooting out the females who might be bred. Pregnant. Right. So,
it's preservation of the animals and, you know, it all makes sense.
It does. It does. It definitely does.
I just officially finished preserving my cowhide today.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm calling it done. I put a final coat. It's probably not the final coat. I mean, I'll probably oil it from time to time if it ever needs a little softening, but I put a coat of oil on it this morning to just help keep it soft, keep it as supple as I could possibly get it. It was tough. It's a cowhide.
Yeah. So would you say this one, you did a better job on this one than the first one?
Yes, I am happy with how this one came out. I think it's still going to dry probably a little stiffer than I want, but I mean, I just don't have the equipment to make it any more flexible than it is.
Right.
I mean, I guess these people who do like big tough hides like cow, and I guess some people do like buffalo and ox.
I imagine that's
right.
I mean, cow skin is super tough.
It's super
I imagine
tough.
Buffalo skin is just like impenetrable.
Right. So these people, like, they have these big, huge tumblers that are like 8 to 10 feet in diameter, and you're able to put like the whole hide in like a heat tumbler.
Oh, wow.
Towards the end to help kind of break it and keep it soft. So, man, if I could get an 8-foot heated tumbler, I'd be in business.
Your wish list just got weirder.
I know.
That's so funny. Man, if I could just have.
Right. But I'm happy with it. I've got it. It's actually laid out on the ground like a rug would be.
Nice.
It's over, on the concrete slab that's covered right now while it finishes kind of drying. But I don't know. I mean, we'll see if it actually turns out dry enough and nice enough to bring inside. That's the goal. I don't know that that'll happen, but at the very least, it'll be cool porch decoration.
I love that you've taken that on as a preservation project. I love it.
I've loved doing it. It's been fun.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like it's not really like a necessary thing, and it takes up a lot of time.
Yeah.
But, it's kind of almost become a little bit of a hobby now. So
cool.
I
bet you'll only get better and better at it.
Yeah.
Like any other skill.
Yeah, like any other skill. And it was a way to preserve the memory of that cow too, because he was an awesome little cow. So, that's cool.
And that's cool. Our mutual friend, Emily, is looking to have her steer hide done. I think she said he goes early next year. I want to say January, February, something like that. But she wants to keep the hide and take that project on. I was like, hey, that's so cool. More power to you. I haven't been brave enough to try it. I think I'm just too afraid I'll just mess it up.
Well, the walk-in cooler, if you can have a place to keep it cool throughout the process, that definitely was a big game changer with the second hide that I did. The first one, it was all an outdoor project, so it was very time sensitive. to get it cleaned up enough to where it wasn't going to rot.
Work on it here and there.
But with the walk-in cooler, it's much more forgiving because when it's sitting at 34 degrees,
right,
you're really slowing that time clock down.
Well,
you're preserving time.
What? We said before we started, Jenny says, I realize the only thing we can't preserve is time.
But maybe we can.
Maybe we can.
When you're flushing a cowhide.
That's funny. That's funny.
So yeah, if you do it, definitely do it in a nice cold place.
Okay.
Yeah. And it made for a good summer project, like in the middle of the day when it's stupid hot outside.
You can't do anything outside.
You can walk into the walk-in cooler and it's like, much
nice.
better in here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, all of these are ways that we talk about to preserve our health and our life by living a healthy lifestyle. You mentioned last week that you went to the doctor and the nurse asked you, are you on any kind of special diet? And you answered with...
homegrown food diet.
That's right, baby. That's right. That's a healthier way to be, healthier way to eat.
I feel like there's a t-shirt in there somewhere.
Right.
Or a
mug or something. Yeah. Yeah. But, doing these things, living this life, it keeps us active. Mm-hmm. It keeps us going.
It preserves our health.
It really does.
All this preservation on the homestead, it really boils down to it's preserving our health.
Although I'm going to say I'm pretty dog tired at the end of the day lately.
I know. Well,
but that's good. Like you should go to bed tired. You should have used up your energy. Go to bed at a decent hour tired so that you can rest and start again the next day. I mean, that's how we're supposed to live.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been busy. All right. Well, I guess until next week.
Yeah, that's preservation. Hey, I had a thought. I want to know who's listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're listening,
send
us an email with a picture of maybe something you're growing or a picture of your pet or whatever.
Yeah, you can
send us an email. I want to know who's listening.
Yeah.
Message us. Say hello.
We see the downloads.
Right, we see the downloads. Who are you people?
Who are you? Yeah. So message us at Farmsteadhers with an H at gmail.com.
Yeah.
You can catch us through Facebook Messenger as well at the American Farmsteadhers podcast. Does it say podcast? It doesn't say that. It just says American Farmsteadhers.
Yeah, our Facebook page is just American Farmsteadhers, but there is a link on that page to our podcast.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Got it. So message us. Let us know what you're doing to preserve this week. Tag us in a post with Farmstead Her, and we'll do a search maybe and go through.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
We can highlight you on our page.
Yeah.
Well, thanks y'all for listening. We will talk to you again next week.
All right. Bye.